one of the main priorities of Georgian foreign policy to have, as a responsible member of international community, to promote peace and cultivate good neighborly relations.
أسعد الله أوقاتكم أعزائي المشاهدين بحلقة جديدة من برنامجكم برنامج إرادة. هذا البرنامج اللي عودناكم فيه باستضافة مجموعة من الشخصيات الهامة على جميع الأصعدة. اليوم راح يكون معنا شخصية مميزة جدا، ألا وهو سعادة سفير جورجيا الصديقة، سعادة السفير نوشرفان لومتاتيدزه. سعادة السفير، يعني بما أنك سفير الآن لك قرابة العام أو أكثر في دولة الكويت، حدثنا عن انطباعك عن دولة الكويت.
First off, thank you very much for visiting us, Mr. Arada, and giving me the opportunity to speak with your wonderful audience. As you rightly mentioned, it's been more than a year since I first arrived to this beautiful country, Kuwait, which I believe is truly a jewel of the Gulf region. For me and my family, this has been just an amazing experience, thanks to our Kuwaiti colleagues, Kuwaiti friends, and who I believe are truly open-hearted and welcoming, friendly. And I should confess, I fell in love with this country and truly feel privileged and honored to pursue my diplomatic career in this country.
سعادة السفير، كلمنا عن العلاقات الكويتية الجورجية.
At the outset, let me highlight that I'm very delighted State of Kuwait is truly Georgia's key international partner, and our bilateral relations are just thriving. To this end, I would like to extend special gratitude to His Highness Emir Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, whose wise words of guidance I had the honor to experience firsthand during my meeting with His Highness, which further elevated and boosted our bilateral partnership. In honest, I was truly amazed by the bold vision and the leadership put forward by His Highness as we witnessed the regional turmoil in the neighborhood. Just not a long time ago, bombings and destruction unfortunately going on. I would like to reiterate that it's truly solely this wise stewardship of His Highness that helped Kuwait intact and kept Kuwait stable and its financial system stable and truly, so to say, firmly anchored to withstand regional uncertainties. And at the end of the day, I would say all the residents of Kuwait, be it Kuwaiti national, I believe, foreigner or the diplomat for the matter, appreciate this incredible stewardship. In addition, I would like to use this opportunity and express my profound appreciation to His Highness Prime Minister Sheikh Ahmad Abdullah Al Ahmad Al Sabah and highlight the wonderful meeting His Highness had with the Prime Minister of Georgia, His Excellency Wallachidzhe, just this February this year on the sidelines of the World Government Summit in Dubai, which I believe gave new impetus to our bilateral cooperation for the years to come. So bottom line is that we are truly, I would say, grateful for this bilateral partnership to the Kuwaiti government, and I would like to name personally Minister of Foreign Affairs of Kuwait, His Excellency Abdullah Ali Al Yahya, his excellent staff, highly professional and dedicated staff, particularly Ambassador His Excellency Sadiq Marafi, and many, many colleagues. And from our side, from Georgian side, we are very much looking forward to join hands with our Kuwaiti counterparts to further accelerate our cooperation in various fields such as trade, investments, education and culture.
سعادة السفير، جورجيا من البلدان الجميلة سياحيا وكذلك من البلدان المتطورة اقتصاديا. نود منك إفادتنا يعني نقاط أساسية عن هذا البلد الجميل.
Absolutely, Georgia has spectacularly varied scenarios ranging from high mountains to subtropical sea coast, rich culture and very unique, well-known cuisine. And as you might know, Georgia has highest mountains in Europe, higher than Alps. So Kuwaitis visiting Georgia, coming back to Kuwait, they always show to me just spectacular photos taken in Georgia of this greenery, mountains, as well as rivers, breathtaking waterfalls, ancient fortresses, churches, mosques, and UNESCO cultural heritage places. One particular feature of tourism which is increasingly becoming popular among Kuwaitis is harvesting fruits and I would say which is very nice experience. For instance, harvesting tangerines in citrus orchards. This is very appealing for the families traveling with kids to Georgia. It's also possible to have harvest of tobacco in Ajara region of Georgia and harvesting of grapes all over Georgia, since Georgia is birthplace of winemaking. We have 8,000 years old history of winemaking. And again, there are many other opportunities such as guests immersing themselves in the secure harvest of honey, which is an exquisite experience in itself. So I would say in general, Georgians love guests and are very open-hearted and looking forward for receiving guests from their side. So it's no wonder that last year we received more than 7.3 million visitors, international visitors, and which is basically double of Georgia's population, and it's very impressive to say the least.
هناك العديد من الكويتيين سيزورون جورجيا لأول مرة هذا العام سواء إلى تبليسي أو باتومي. ماذا تقول لهم؟
Tbilisi and Batumi are two largest cities of Georgia, and both offer exquisite, very diverse experiences, and each one has its own set of touristic attractions. Tbilisi is a capital city with a metropolis, so it's a vibrant old city with at least 1,500, 1,600 years old history, rich culture and hilly terrain. Tbilisi boasts itself as with its historical marketplaces, and I know Kuwaitis love visiting marketplaces. I have this experience in Tbilisi. In addition, we have museums in Tbilisi and many attractions. One particular feature of Tbilisi is that couples, since this is such a lovely place, couples quite often they plan their weddings and honeymoons in Tbilisi, and this is very appealing. Batumi, on the other hand, is a coastal city with modern architecture and beautiful beaches and subtropical sea coast, which instantly charms the visitor. So Batumi is a port city with beautiful high-rise buildings, breathtaking panorama views of the Black Sea, very nice sculptures, very well-known Batumi Delphinarium, and many other attractions. So I would say that each city is fascinating in its own right and excellent place to visit.
سمعنا أن بعض الكويتيين يذهبون إلى جورجيا بغرض السياحة العلاجية. حدثنا عن ذلك.
Indeed, Georgia is a well-known destination for the medical travelers, since people seek high-quality services at competitive, low prices. So Georgia has already become, I would say, the hub for medical tourism. Since visitors, they are looking for health services, particularly in the field of health resorts and sanatoriums, relaxation spas, massage parlors. Since Georgia has more than 2,000 mineral springs and therapeutic knowledge. For instance, Georgia's historic sulfuric baths of Tbilisi, located in the heart of Tbilisi's old town called Abastumani, are well known for their antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties and can aid in treating various skin diseases such as eczema, psoriasis, as well as give the relief to the elderly people suffering from arthritis and rheumatism. So there are a variety of medical services and procedures which are Georgia known for, and for example, plastic and cosmetic surgeries, facelifts, hair transplantation, as well as dental care, high quality dental treatment, and reproductive tourism, also couples seeking fertility treatment coming to Georgia, and as I mentioned already, wellness and rehabilitation, since we have so many beautiful places of health resorts. In addition, what I would like to highlight is that the new stem cell therapy treatment, which is increasingly becoming popular among Kuwaitis visiting Georgia. This is cutting-edge modern therapy which helps to reverse aging and helps to treat chronic diseases, and it's generally good for the improving quality of life. It helps to rejuvenate and revitalize body of the elderly people, and it's regenerative medicine, a medical practice which generally strengthens the immune system and helps to treat various diseases such as type 1 and type 2 diabetes, liver damage, autism, and many other diseases.
ما شاء الله، جورجيا من البلدان الناجحة والمتطورة في المجال الاقتصادي، وكذلك المتميزة في المجال السياحي وأيضا في المجال العلاجي. ما هي المدة الأقصى اللي قد يقضيها المواطن الكويتي مستمتعا في جورجيا؟ هل يستطيع المواطن الكويتي أن يقضي مثلا الإجازة الصيفية بشكل كامل في جورجيا؟
Thank you very much for this question. I'm very glad that Kuwaitis are outward facing and open to new experiences in Georgia. To this end, I would like to highlight that we are extremely satisfied. The number of Kuwaitis visiting Georgia last year increased by almost 40%, and this is further facilitated by direct flights by Kuwait Airways and Jazeera Airways flying to Georgia. And it's very convenient. It's only 2 hours, 40 minutes, more or less. And this is a very good opportunity since very short time and convenient for flight. At the same time, I would like to highlight that, as you might know, Kuwaitis are exempted from visa requirements to visit Georgia 360 days. So almost 1 year Kuwaitis can visit Georgia without any visa. They just go to Georgia, show their passport and enter. So no need to apply for visa for Kuwaitis. And this is also for all the residents and citizens of Gulf region. So I would say this is a very unique opportunity. I heard that many Kuwaitis, they are just visiting Georgia for the weekend, and we are very delighted with that. At the same time, I would like to highlight that even foreigners residing in Kuwait and having Kuwaiti residence permit, Kuwaiti Iqama, they can visit Georgia visa-free, exempted also visa, depending on their nationality, of course, without visa for up to 90 days. So it's very convenient. Kuwaitis are increasingly becoming interested in Kuwait to purchase apartments and villas, since the registration procedures in Georgia are extremely simple. In Georgia, you can register your property in 24 hours, 1 day. So there's no time limit, there's no local partner requirement. So 100% in your name, just forever. So I would like to recommend Kuwaitis and encourage them planning their vacation this summer or in autumn to visit Georgia and explore what Georgia can offer.
سعادة السفير نوشرفان لومتاتيدزه، سعداء يعني إنهاء الفقرة الأولى من هذه الحلقة، وسنعود بعد هذا الفاصل لاستكمال الجزء الثاني من هذه الحلقة. أعزائي المشاهدين، كما تعلمون وصلنا إلى نهاية الفقرة الأولى من هذه الحلقة، نرد نستكمل حديثنا بعد هذا الفاصل. يا هلا فيكم أعزائي المشاهدين مرة ثانية في الجزء الثاني من هذه الحلقة مع سعادة سفير جورجيا صديقة سعادة السفير نوشرفان لومتاتيدزه. سعادة السفير، سعداء يعني استكمال هذه الحلقة. نود أن نكمل حديثنا الآن عن المحور الاقتصادي بشقيه، وأول هذه النقاط ودنا نتكلم عن الاستثمار في جورجيا. هناك عدة مجالات للاستثمار في جورجيا، حدثنا عن هذه المجالات.
I would say Georgia has a very open and inclusive business environment with very strong and prudent macroeconomic fundamentals and increasingly positive growth dynamics. Notwithstanding the challenges caused by regional uncertainties, we in Georgia had robust economic growth. The estimated GDP growth in Georgia in 2024 equaled 9.5%, which is very impressive. And while the average real GDP growth in January, June this year was around approximately 8.8%. So according to the World Bank, Georgia holds the 7th place in the world in ease of doing business among 190 countries. And in addition, Georgia is the second best place to launch the business in the world after New Zealand. So this speaks a lot about Georgia's business environment. In addition, we have a booming construction, real estate, hospitality sectors going on right now in Georgia, much exceeding the expectation and forecasts of the World Bank and International Monetary Fund. While at the same time, I would like to highlight that annual rate of return on investments in Georgia, particularly in real estate, it's more within 15 to 20%. I would like to highlight that we have the special agreement between government of Georgia and the government of state Kuwait on the promotion and reciprocal protection of investments, which fully guarantees and ensures of rights of business people operating their businesses in Georgia. So given this very business friendly environment in Georgia, I think there are ample opportunities for Kuwaitis to invest and trade with Georgia in various fields. As I mentioned already, it's hospitality sector, real estate, but also very interesting in energy and agriculture. So in the meantime, we are working with our Kuwaiti counterparts to organize business missions from Kuwait to Georgia and from Georgia to Kuwait. And I have the feeling that there's very good appetite for this kind of business missions in Kuwait.
نذهب إلى السؤال الثاني بما يتعلق في الشق الاقتصادي. بما أن جورجيا تتمتع بعلاقات جيدة جدا مع دول مجلس التعاون الخليجي، نود منك أن توجه نصيحة للمستثمرين الخليجيين في جورجيا. ما هي أبرز محطات الاستثمار المناسبة لدول مجلس التعاون الخليجي؟
I would like to highlight that one of the strategic policies of the government of Georgia is pivoted towards the enhancement of economic and political cooperation with the GCC countries. So my government does the utmost to establish free trade regime with the GCC countries, which we believe will be beneficial. It will create new industries both in Georgia and GCC countries and help diversify and increase our export opportunities. At the same time, Georgia can serve as a convenient gateway for the GCC companies coming to the region and having their operations in Georgia. So I would say that we are extremely looking forward to expand this relation with GCC countries, since Georgia has so many free trade agreements with the neighboring countries. And Georgia is a unique place, the country which has free trade agreement with both European Union and People's Republic of China, also all the neighboring countries, as I mentioned already, such as Turkey and many other countries. So in the meantime, I would like to highlight that just recently, government of Georgia signed comprehensive economic partnership agreement, which is kind of extension of free trade agreement with the United Arab Emirates in 2023. And it's my ultimate mission in Kuwait to reach similar arrangement and sign free trade agreement with the state of Kuwait as well, because I think this will lead to just win-win cooperation between both countries. In the meantime, I would say Georgia is becoming a new heartland and landing zone destination for Gulf investments. For instance, just recently in February of this year, government of Georgia signed agreement with the well-known MR Group from United Arab Emirates, and the MR Group will be investing $5.5 billion in Georgia's real estate, hospitality, and logistics sectors. So I would like to mention that it's my mission and it's my part of my agenda to increase outreach to Kuwaiti business people and facilitate establishing business partnerships that are unlocking Kuwaiti investments towards Georgia as well.
جورجيا من الدول التي تتمتع بعلاقات دبلوماسية فائقة ورائعة ولها علاقات جيدة مع كافة جيرانها. حدثنا عن هذه الأسباب، عن هذه الدبلوماسية.
Thank you for this great question. It's one of the main priorities of Georgian foreign policy to have, as a responsible member of international community, to promote peace and cultivate good neighborly relations. And I would say my government strives and shares the commitment for regional security and prosperity. While there are always some, I would say, outside forces applying pressure, but its ultimate goal and in priority in Georgia to have overlapping circle of friends and showcase Georgia as a platform, as a place for stability and business cooperation.
سعادة السفير، لديكم العديد من المواطنين الجورجيين المسلمين في جورجيا. حدثنا عن حريتهم بممارسة طقوسهم، عن الحريات التي يتمتعون فيها في جورجيا.
Georgia is well known for its rich cultural and religious diversity. Georgia hosts various religions, with Islam playing a substantial role, as Muslims constitute around 10.7% of Georgia's population. That being said, Georgian history is intensely intertwined with the Arab world, since the emirate was established in the capital city of Tbilisi in the year 736, and for years onward the city served as a way station for the merchants in their Silk Road trade across the region. Although there are a number of mosques all over Georgia, the incredible example of religious harmony in Georgia is witnessed in the Juma Mosque of Tbilisi. This historic landmark, I would say, is unique since it serves both Sunni and Shia Muslims, a rare instance of the shared worship. So this is an example, beautiful example of this religious harmony and symbol of the peaceful coexistence of various religious practices in Georgia. So this is very unique place, and it's often a point of interest for the international travelers seeking to visit places where religions and cultures converge. So the historical narrative of Islam is reflected in significance and vibrant culture of diversity of today. The Prime Minister of Georgia, His Excellency Irakli Kobakhidze, participated in Ramadan celebrations this year and wished all the Muslims happiness and prosperity. In addition, I would like to highlight that the Prime Minister hosted the official Iftar dinner in March, which speaks volumes about the honorable place of Muslims in our society.
سعادة السفير، استمتعنا معك في هذا اللقاء. إذا كانت هناك لديك كلمة أخيرة توجهها عبر برنامج إرادة.
Thank you once again for visiting us, and once again I would like to thank you. I would like to thank Kuwaiti people for all the great friendship, and once again I would like to say that we are looking forward for the increase and enhance our cooperation with our great friendly country Kuwait.
سعادة السفير نوشرفان لومتاتيدزه، نود التقدم لك بالشكر الجزيل على استضافتك لنا في برنامج إرادة. أعزائي المشاهدين، كما تعلمون وصلنا إلى نهاية حلقتنا لهذا اليوم في برنامج إرادة. انتظرونا بحلقات جديدة. إلى اللقاء.